Sorry, my video got cut off. I got chilly too, so I put on this scarf. It got cut off where I was laughing, and it's not a laughing matter at all because we suffer so much and we do so much damage to our life stability, our family stability, and whoever's closely associated with us. So, I'm laughing to cope, and because hindsight, of course, is 2020, and I'm feeling better now that I know what the heck was motivating my self-destruction all these years, and I've got a grip on it. So, yeah, now I'm laughing. And, of course, hoping to shed some light for other people. I mean, if you don't know what's going on or what's happening to you, it's quite terrible when you repeat these dysfunctional patterns and sabotage so many things in your life. It's horrible. And, back to the story about the chef, it was really sad because he even knew and told Chef Ramsay, he said, I had a trauma 6 months ago. And, I can't compete. My confidence is shattered. I'm going through a spell. I lost an earring. Raw talent, I tell you. See? I can do these things without even trying. Might as well take that one off. So, anyway, yeah, this poor kid, just 25 years old, at least he had the wherewithal to know that he was in a trauma trigger and couldn't function. Because, what I didn't say was, what happens to you physiologically and psychologically in a trauma is extremely frightening. You come so unglued and so undone, and it's terrifying for the people around you. They have no idea how to bring you back or center you. So they run, they're like, hey, you've got problems. And, you just feel so alone because you don't know why. You just feel crazy. But then, there's, you're a high achiever. You're so capable. You may even be above average, So there's so many good qualities that you possess that you just don't get why you're sabotaging yourself. And, I've gone through so much, and I'm finally at a point in my life where I said, I need to figure out what the heck's going on with me. And as I was saying before, I wasn't able to articulate to a therapist what was happening to me because when a trigger would hit, I didn't know what was going on. I would just lose it. And then a week later kind of come back to my senses and go, oh, I don't have a job now. Oh no, what should I do? I told that person to go take a hike, and they were a good friend. And now I'm too embarrassed to ask them to come back. So it's weird and it's dark. When you're in it, when you're in the middle of it, it's freaking dark. So, like I said, I've been doing a lot of the work, and what I found to be effective is, first of all, facing myself, examining myself fearlessly. I'm not perfect by any means, and, the minute I become perfect, I guess I will no longer be suitable for this planet, so I won't fit in with anybody. So it's kind of good that, I'm flawed too, and in a significant way. My poor family, and much of the trauma, I had so much residual shame for even going through some of the experiences that I went through that I couldn't open up to anybody, and hid things for like 20 years, even from myself, that I had experienced. That, the chickens came home to roost. I was able to run for so many years, but finally, a freaking existential crisis hit. And I'm glad, because now I'm starting to free myself of this trauma, and I'm doing it through energy-based healing, which involves prayer, mindfulness, energy work. There's a lot of different modalities out there these days. I'm not saying therapy's bad at all, or support groups are great. But, I've gone through some things where I've learned to, expedite it, and I'm glad, because I wasted a lot of time unhealed and in a very self-destructive mode. So I'm glad that I've been able to process some of this trauma and get rid of it, because we're electric beings, and our soul carries an imprint and a record of every single thing that's happened to us. That is energy in our soul, in our surrounding aura, and it's magnetic, and it keeps attracting bad experiences until your conscious mind is ready to deal with it. It'll keep alarming you and recreating scenarios of failure, and there are opportunities. So, when you're ready to self-examine and go, what is going on here? And, it's not about shaming yourself. You have to treat yourself as a little child and be extremely compassionate and loving and empathetic towards yourself. The same you'd give a small child and say, for whatever reasons these events took place in my life that caused the initial trauma, which can cause, psychic splits. It can cause personality disorders. You lose integration with parts of yourself, and you're a fragmented, fractured being. And there's a part of you that knows it. That's why I said, a lot of people seek out psychiatric drugs to relieve themselves of this angst. Because of the side effects of those, I didn't take that route. I suffered in silence for many, many years, till I went on this little self-discovery journey and said, I need to take a look at what the heck's going on here. I'm not a spring chicken anymore, and I want to experience a measure of happiness and stability. We still have time. And maybe mend some of those broken relationships, while I can. And hopefully be of help to others as well on the journey, So,